start things off, thank you to the candidates, thank you for supporting. This is the future of your cabinet next year, so please pay attention. All Q&A is going to be open to the room, and then the last few questions will be answered by e-board, except for our last e-board running today, so that's unlimited questions. Kind of talk amongst yourself to ask the more important questions if you might be asking the same thing, just because you only have 5 questions for each candidate. We're going to have 3-minute, 30-second speeches, 3 to 5 minutes for e-board. Like I said, e-board is going to be unlimited, so give reign. Anyone can ask anything. But yeah, just keep in mind, make sure they're, like I said, thoughtful questions, stuff that can like sway your vote or things that you're just wondering about the candidate. That's all I can say. We're going to be on the side taking notes and everything, delegating everything. If you have questions, you can ask anyone on CAB or one of us on the side, especially candidates if you need something right before. But other than that, we're just going to be going in order. So first up, your webmaster running Ceddy G. And then it starts on yours to talk.
Okay. Good afternoon, fellow PAC members, cabinet, and everyone in the room right now. My name is Ceddy G, and I am running to be your next webmaster for the 2024 to 2025 school year. First off, let me introduce myself. I'm a first-year accounting major who likes to eat, poop with my friends, make cringy TikTok dances, gaming such as Roblox, Minecraft, NBA 2K, and do some coding and working out. Back in high school, I took computer science my freshman to senior year and did some projects using Python and Java. A notable one is working with Shopify and making changes to our school merchandise website. And thus, as webmaster, I see some similarities that correlate with these experiences, which is why I'm running for webmaster. And another reason why I'm running for this position as well is I want to take that extra step into my life by not only being a follower, but also a leader as well. That can set out a good example for fellow members throughout the CAB. And I believe as a club that I will try my best to represent it as one unit, one club, and one nation. I'm usually an introvert most of the time, but when it comes to this club, it helps me boost my confidence and be more social towards other people. I will constantly just tell my friends about PAC and why I should join it just because of the memories I made here so far. A funny story is that I told my comms teacher to join PAC. I don't know why, but it was a speech I had to do, and I had to persuade. And PCN, shout out PCN as well. But yeah, I also told people who are not Filipino as well, because I believe that if you're not Filipino, whatever race or ethnicity you are, I will try my best to make the community at the club feel like home. As a member of this club, I love the experiences I made here so far, and will want to provide the same experiences for you guys for next year. Which is why you guys should vote for me for webmaster for the 24 to 2025 school year.
Thank you, Ceddy G. Our lovely team here will be picking who is asking questions, so it's just by hands, and if we don't get to you, I'm sorry, but Q&A is now open for Ceddy G.
Hello, everyone. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone for coming here to listen to all of the worthy ideas by all of the candidates today. And regardless of what this question means to you, can I just get a quick raise of hands and keep them there if you've ever done a helpful deed or asked someone for a simple favor? Whether it be proofreading a friend's essay, returning the shopping cart after grocery shopping, or even opening the door to let a stranger walk in, put your hands down. This, thank you, is the entire idea of philanthropy. And I, Athena Sarmiento, kindly accept the nomination for PAC's Philanthropy Chair for the upcoming 2024 to 2025 term. It was only until recently when I began to truly embrace my heritage as a Filipino American, because for a while I never felt that there was a space where I felt proud to show people not just my Asian culture, but my Filipino culture. Fast forward in college, I was immediately drawn to the loud and eccentric energy of the Filipino PAC table here, as it reminded me of nostalgia and the Filipino togetherness of my own home. I went into PAC with a familiar intention as everyone else here, to find like-minded people who like Filipino people just like me. And since then, my attraction towards the club or towards what the club has to offer has headed me into the direction of philanthropy chair. Unfortunately, a lot of you don't know me, and therefore there'd be no reason for a lot of you to trust me. But if you had been with me throughout high school, you would know that I've always found my greatest purpose as a student, friend, and stranger to all by creating a positive and exciting space for everyone. In ASB, I served as Commissioner of Spirit. I was also cheer captain. I was director of publicity for our Sustainable Fashion Club on campus. And in Key Club, I totaled over 100 hours of community service in my time. While this was all fun and games, I experienced my most fulfilling moments outside of high school through Dear Asian Youth and my political participation during the Black Lives Matter movement in 2020 to 2021. Here, I worked with such talented people in organizing the Women of Color Conference and other editorial magazines to uplift Asian voices through intersectional activism. And following local word that my own high school was excluding people of color from granted school-wide resources and opportunities from the macro and micro level, I garnered coverage of this news on social media and then co-organized a student-led protest, walking from my high school to the district office, resulting in the implementation of the youth program CCEJ for students and staff routinely afterwards. With great responsibility as philanthropy chair, it is only morally correct to have a full encompassing idea of the causes I choose to support and therefore choose to encourage everyone else to support. And so I want to place a heavy importance on education and context prior to executing events and activities that have to do with serving a greater purpose. We often use social media here at PAC as a gateway to see all of the total events, but I believe that there is vitality in people being able to also have a quick and easy access to the context behind PAC's philanthropic pursuits. As well as gain exposure towards other organizations and events that we work closely with to empower Filipino youth in the United States. But to that effect, no pillar in PAC would be able to hold a foundation without its peers. And one of my other main goals I have for the year will be to work collaboratively with our pillar chairs in order to showcase worthwhile events and opportunities that get involved with our local Filipino communities while bonding with your fellow peers in PAC. It's no mistake that philanthropy is a subject that doesn't get the attention it deserves for how deeply it impacts the rest of us. Alongside the importance of education and context, I look forward to working excitedly with PAC's 3 other pillars and creating a range of innovative and worthwhile social events, mixers, and workshops that each coincide with the purpose of highlighting and intersecting our love for humanity and our love for the Filipino community. One of the biggest principles to PAC's philanthropy pillar is maintaining a morally responsive environment to the current times. In doing so, I'd like to bring out the desire for PAC members to contribute a net positive impact and to the world by providing a rolling and diverse set of charitable opportunities inside of outside PAC's term. PAC also offers an extension of outside organizations that I find to be admirably courageous, such as the Filipino Migrant Center, Kabataan Alliance, SC Pasta, and Anak Bayan LB. But we are also part of one nation, and yet we have yet to see any of these times where PAC has utilized this power in numbers to hold philanthropic events, such as charities or event fundraisers, to better the overall conditions of these organizations under one nation. I plan to maintain a constant and genuine relationship with these organizations. And in general, I hope to feel that I would leave a positive mark on everyone else to be able to follow my path in making your own impact onto the world. So in the spirit of this position, I ask you one more favor, and that's to vote for me for philanthropy chair.
Hello everyone, my name is Lawrence Ferrer. Thank you guys for coming today. I'm running for Historian of PAC. And just want to start off with a little intro. I am a first-year kinesiology major. Lived in SoCal my whole life, Cerritos, so I kind of know the area of Long Beach as well. In high school, I was part of marching band. I was in drumline, center, snare. And I also did CHTV, which is our school broadcasting program. I was an anchor there, and one of the DPs, DPs, director of production there. And also, a little bit about my experience with like kind of behind the camera. I've been doing videography and photography as a hobby for almost 10 years. I started back in like 4th grade, just making fun videos on iMovie. Then 6th grade, I got my first camera, Canon Rebel T4, if you're into some of that stuff. And ever since, I've loved being behind the camera. I've loved taking pictures and taking videos and encapsulating stories of people and who people are, basically. Some of the aspects I feel like I could bring it to the historian role. Like I said, I was center, snare, and drumline, so I have a pretty good knowledge in as a leadership position, as well as collaborating with people. And sorry, I'm blanking. I oh yeah no it's oh yeah oh yeah I also shot some like kind of high-paced events such as like sports games. I shot some marching band competitions. I actually this past year I shot my high school's PCN, so I'm pretty familiarized with shooting in like a high-paced environment, which would be good for capturing club events and gen meetings. And I also really want to work with more videos. Like if I become a historian next year, I do think that videos are just a better way to connect with Gen members, especially on social media like YouTube and Instagram. Working like with like ideas of like different segments to kind of highlight each CAB member's role and just who they are in general. Yeah, some ideas I had were kind of like a day with like a CAB member, just so you like knew who they were, and it would also like strengthen the relationship with the Gen members and basically attract more like people to basically be involved and join the club more. That's also one thing I really want to do. That's kind of yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is KJ Fulgencio. I'm currently a first-year kinesiology exercise science major, and I'm running to be your 2024-2025 sports coordinator. So my interest in the sports coordinator actually stems from my first day here at Long Beach, where actually I met Eli, who's also my twin. We actually played basketball together, and he told me a lot about PAC. And from then, he told me about his position and that he runs a lot of the sports coordinated events here at the club, so which had me very interested because I do really like to play basketball a lot. Like I participate in a lot. So after joining PAC, I participated in all sports-related events in the club. These events include participating in intramurals, CBL, and going to FG. And through these events, I got to meet a lot of new people, which allowed me to find people through like doing what I love, which is playing sports. I wanted to be a sports coordinator because I want to provide a fun and safe space for all people to enjoy, not just sports, but the sense of community that sports can bring like a bunch of people together. And a lot of stigmas around Filipinos is that we only play basketball and volleyball. So I want to highlight a lot of like other sports that we can play that could be like soccer, softball, whatever. Because there's a lot of things here at Long Beach that intramurals like has that no one really like plays as much. So if we can get a team in there, I think that would be pretty cool. Something that I believe that makes me qualified is that I have a lot of deep connections with the past predecessors, as Eli is my twin and another predecessor who's also in my line, which is Justine Santos, is actually in the back right there. And I feel like that I can go back and ask them questions if I'm feeling like I'm having like difficulty with anything, which could be like friendship games, intramurals, or just trying to gain attendance or participation to anything that I have. So, and I feel like by talking to them and reaching out with them, I got to see what their visions were like, and I feel like I can bring my own and theirs combined, and we can create a really good sports coordinated 2024-2025. this semester, I was also a PAC turn because I truly wanted to learn the ins and outs of PAC and behind the scenes. And I currently work as a basketball coach for a basketball training company where I get to train kids along with my 2 other coaches, from kids who are around 7, 8, who are just beginning how to play basketball, to high school kids who are trying to earn a college scholarship. And because of this, I'm very like good at controlling a hostile environment and learning and able to adapt to certain things. So like there's a lot of things that can go wrong in a club or an event. So being able to adapt is a very good skill that I possess, because if you can't adapt and one little thing ticks you off, then it could shake up the entire event and it can go wrong and everything ends bad. As a sports coordinator, my duties would include organizing various events such as intramurals, Olympics, but most importantly, friendship games. Additionally, you're responsible for fostering a friendly and inclusive atmosphere by engaging with general members and ensuring everyone feels welcome to participate. For this position, like I said, there is a main emphasis on friendship games, and because I feel like this is a main emphasis because it brings a lot of the club together. For FG, I feel like the main focus is fun, collaboration, and most importantly, friendship with the other schools and along with us too. For FG, a big part of it, I think, is gaining attendance. So I feel that we should start promoting FG a lot earlier. And one of my main goals is to promote collaboration between like cabinet members. So my main goal with FG in the summer is to start promoting like really early, such as June, to like start building like, and working with PR chairs and the historians to see if we can find like information or photos, videos of past events that we can show to like, that we can post on Instagram for like oldies to like, you know, remind them why they should come back to PAC and want them to play, and also for new people like just who are just finding out about the club, and like a couple little events that we can, or that they can look forward to. So with all of that in mind, and additionally, besides other like ideas, I plan to revive Hoops for Hope, which is like a charity basketball tournament, or it can be, I'm still open to ideas for this because we're reviving it. So it doesn't have to be basketball, it could be other sports too. But I want to collaborate with Philanthropy Chair, because since it is like a charity fundraising organizing event, like Athena said earlier, I feel like this would be a really good opportunity for collaboration. So with all of this in mind, I know that we can have a special team. We'll have special players, and we'll have special events. Thank you, brother. Yeah.
Sports court candidate, Garren, Gabriel.
Hi, I'm Darren Julian, and I'm running for sports court. Currently, I'm undeclared first year and got picked up in fall 2023, and I was first introduced to PAC in my senior year of high school by reaching out to Chris Santos about how I just committed to CSULB. As a first-year student who had just moved away from their hometown and into a completely unknown environment, I was glad to find some sense of comfort in PAC. Prior to being involved with PAC, I have experiences that translate into sports coordinator, such as playing varsity and club volleyball, which provided me with a sense of leadership and a strong work ethic by constantly finding ways to uplift my teammates and working together with them, both on the court and on a personal level. Being patient and taking time to communicate were the aspects that impacted me the most, whether it be from an intense win or a depressing loss. I was able to learn from it all and translate it into my character. During my PAC turn semester last fall, I learned how PAC works behind the scenes, and I got many in-depth meetings with most cabinet members that informed me of their specific roles/responsibilities and their own takes of advice to prepare my campaign to run for cabinet. I was able to connect not only with cabinet members, but also the other PAC teams to collaborate together. For example, when we hosted our own Gen meeting avatar things. Sports court is a position that I would be the most passionate and I know that I would succeed and thrive in. During my different conversations with multiple predecessors of this position, I learned that sports sport requires social elements and a face that can represent confidently. Although I did not attend friendship games because of personal reasons, I made up for crucial friendship games components by familiarizing myself by attending most practices where I participated and learned all 5 games and how we would be spuffing. As for ideas that I've been planning, I want to expand more on other sports such as volleyball, soccer, badminton, and other sports with similar concepts. To bounce off of expanding to other sports, I'd work to have more sports corner lessons with topics surrounding Filipino athletes, athletes who aren't Filipino but play in the Philippines, and possible watch parties for the upcoming Olympics or other sporting events later in the year. I would also push for collaborating with other CAB members such as Philanthropy, membership, to set up more outing events, possibly through, as I said, watch parties, beach hangouts, designated charity, PAC Cup, basketball, intramural sports teams, and open gym, volleyball, badminton, and soccer, where all Gen members and CAB members can network and socialize. I could use interest forms for these possible events for attendance, surveys, or open forums to get ideas from other people on what they would be interested in. For alum packs, I would like to make it less sporty and more open to all Gen members where we can do picnic games similar to relay races with potato sacks, tying 2 different people together, leapfrog. We could also do different teams not organized by FAMs, but just to make it less clicky and have everyone together. To showcase friendship games and truly show the influence it has, I want to announce it sooner, preferably like during the summer before like the upcoming first years come in. And have visuals collaborating with historian possibly, where it can contain videos of fun times during practices, actual friendship games from previous years, spuffing, us winning, and just getting a better grasp of how the concept of friendship games runs and why many people become passionate and competitive, but can still call it a memorable event from how much fun they have. Showcasing friendship games information that we can welcome, such as a trifold where we can go into specifics for possible participants or people who just want to watch. Yeah, that's my conclusion already. Wrapping everything up, I firmly believe that I will be able to represent PAC in a positive light and work with the countless resources given from previous sports boards and other cabinet members and implement it through my work. Thank you.
Physically give my speech, but again, if you guys don't know me, I'm Titi. I'd like to first thank everyone for nominating me for Public Relations Chair. I'm in West Fam, obviously. I'm a first-year business management major and a student at Cal State Long Beach. PAC has showed me that meeting new people and stepping outside of your comfort zone is okay. I've gotten closer to my cousins and my Filipino side as well. I've gotten to know the most amazing people because of it. It allows you to establish relationships with other people in other Filipino organizations, as well as producing social media advertising and content like TikTok, Instagram, and more. I believe that PR chair will be a good chance, to highlight my love for filming and creating content for special meetings and upcoming occasions. Public Fair doesn't only make designs for CAB, but also runs, Linktree, but they also assist Historian, Webmaster, PCN, and PAC Modern, just to name a few. I also have had experience with student council and other clubs such as Yearbook and Fashion Club in the past. I have made content before my own use, so I do know how to handle the duties of showcasing PAC's best features and recruiting new members. Even though PR chair isn't known as much as the other positions in CAB, I'm able to make the right decisions and try to interact with not only the Gen members, but new incoming members as well. Where am I? So I do believe I'm well qualified for this position, given my experience as a PAC intern last semester, and being able to learn what goes behind the scenes of CAB. It gave me an idea of how to communicate better with others and share ideas in the future. And finally, I look forward to showing the best of PAC and use my best abilities to show the traits of others. I would like to also shout out the past PR chairs for doing an amazing time with everything that they did. Without their incredible images and graphic designs they posted on Instagram, I would not have realized what PAC actually was. With that being said, even though I'm not there physically to give my speech, I still wanted to try and also say hi to everyone back home because I haven't seen y'all in a minute and I miss you guys so much. Okay, thank you for your time.
Hi everyone, my name is Cece Cooper and I would like to verbally accept my nomination for Public Relations Chair. I am currently a first-year communications major with a minor in marketing. As you may know, PR Chair serves as the bridge of connection and communication between CAB and general members. They are involved with all PAC-related promotions around campus, mainly via word of mouth, flyers, and of course social media. They are also responsible for communicating with other organizations and clubs, including One Nation. I believe that I am both qualified and passionate about the PR chair position for multiple reasons. For first, work I did for Interact, my high school service club, is similar to work PR chair carries out. I manage the Instagram account for Interact 5170 with over 3,000 followers, made and posted flyers and info on our events and projects, and answers questions through the Instagram. I also communicated and relayed information to other organizations and our parent sponsor Rotary. I also did have the chance to be a spring PAC turn this semester, and I got to work with Jessica, our lovely current PR chair, and even ran the PAC Instagram for multiple meetings. So if you know me personally, I am a very extroverted person who likes to yap and talk a lot. I am very confident in my ability to engage with new and upcoming members, making them feel welcome and comfortable within the club. I want to utilize this by externalizing with more clubs on and off campus, hoping to bring more collabs and events in the future. I also believe I have good communication skills, dealing with both external and internal conflicts. I'm not afraid to reach out and ask for help when needed, and I am also not afraid to set boundaries to ensure that not only myself, but fellow CAB members succeed throughout the year. This includes establishing posting schedules for the rest of CAB, using good time management for club success. So some ideas I have for next year is to bring a visually appealing layout on our Instagram page that can help attract more members, because if one has consistent colors, it'll be nice to look at. And I have a Canva Pro account, and to prove that, I made this fake Gen meeting flyer based on my favorite video game, Sonic. Yeah. Yeah. I was also thinking of collaborating with the future historian on themes for Meet the Cow posts, and I also want to try and revive the TikTok account for more promotions, and I want to try and again collaborate with the future historian to create recap videos for meetings rather than only posting about it for the meeting. So why am I even running? This club has definitely given me opportunities that I'm grateful for, and I'm always interested in being behind the scenes and learning how these clubs run. I also want to help those stay in touch or even learn about the Filipino culture while also capturing memories socially. And when I was thinking about running for CAB, I immediately leaned towards the PR position as it reminded me of why I chose my major when going into college. As a reminder, I'm a communications major with a minor in marketing, and I'm looking to pursue a career in the future as a marketing analyst or work for public relationships for a company. And being PR during CAB is the work I enjoy and I'd want to pursue in the future. I understand that being on CAB is a large responsibility, but I am willing to commit and be a dedicated and hardworking public relations chair. I hope I have your support, and don't forget to register to vote for PAC elections and vote Cece Cooper for next year's PR chair. Thank you.
Hi guys, so I just want to start off by saying I formally accept my nomination for the Public Relations Chair. My name is Jazzy Soriano, and I am a first-year pre-nursing student. In the beginning of the year, as a first year, I found myself exploring a lot of clubs and organizations on campus. I felt lost and overwhelmed with the amount of media and people talking to me, but one thing that caught my eye was the PAC Instagram page. The graphics, activity, and engagement on the Instagram told me a lot about PAC, that it was an organization that was fun, captivating, and creative, and thus led me to the spot that I am in today. In the past, I've worked with responsibilities similar to that of PR chair. In my sophomore year, I founded my high school's Filipino club called Filipino American Student Association, and I was involved for 3 years as secretary, communications director, and eventually president. As secretary, I got firsthand experience in how to run a club, being present in meetings to take minutes, and creating an overall foundation for the club. As communications director, I was a walking advertisement for my club. I was in charge of my club's Instagram page when it came to posting and making infographics and flyers. I was a point of contact for the club. I reached out to multiple cultural organizations on and off my campus. As president, I served as a mentor to my board members and a leader to my general members, organizing and hosting meetings and events for my community. With these 3 positions, I learned what it was like to work behind the scenes to create projects and events for the general public. In addition, I learned what it takes to be a role model and a leader. To be a leader is not to manage a group of people, but instead use your power to amplify the voices of your followers. Most of all, and most importantly, with all these responsibilities, I had fun with my projects and work. It served as a creative outlet for myself and a way to differentiate my studies and personal hobbies. My past experiences in high school mixed with my personal experiences this year is what inspires me to be in this position right now. I want to be your guys' PR chair to not only be involved in PAC, but also to give future general members the opportunity to experience what I experienced this year. I want to use the power that I would have as PR chair to help Gen members to feel included and noticed. As a cabinet member, I would like to serve as a leader to members of PAC and have fun while doing so. As PR chair, I would serve as the bridge between cabinet members and general members, a responsibility that is impactful yet straightforward. I would be involved with promotional media, whether it's making my own or assisting other cabinet members with their flyers or posters. In addition to the media aspect, there is an in-person aspect that holds me responsible for communicating with other organizations, whether on or off campus. I understand these responsibilities to be extensive, but I am willing to face any challenges. I plan to go into this position with an open mind and the intent to learn and grow with PAC and the rest of cabinet. As PR chair, I intend to maintain my predecessor's work and having the Instagram be the club's #1 source of information. As mentioned before, my experience as a Gen member has been nothing but positive, and I hope to pass on those experiences to future members. I also intend to continue communicating with One Nation and outside Filipino orgs and clubs with intentions of collaborating and creating new relationships for not only myself, but other general and cabinet members. In addition, I want to highlight all sides of PAC in addition to our professional side. We are a fun club and it should be known. I want to expand to other social media platforms that are more fun and lighthearted, such as TikTok, where I can do exactly that. I want to work with a historian to build a page that is not only informative but engaging, whether that be through pictures, videos, vlogs, interviews, and more. I want to build a page that is transparent and genuine, one that our members can not only laugh at but see themselves in. This is what increases engagement and activity in the club. The more Gen members see themselves being featured, the more likely they are to feel noticed by the club, and therefore are more likely to stay active. I believe my past experiences in leadership positions, partnered with my hope to foster a welcoming and inclusive environment on behalf of PAC, will make me a successful PR chair. Therefore, please consider voting me for your PR chair for the 2024-2025 school year.
Hello everyone, my name is Riana Villamil and I gratefully accept my nomination for Academic Chair for the 2024 to 2025 academic school year. So to begin with, I am a first year in pre-nursing student who is very academically driven, but also someone who loves being in PAC. To me, PAC was an opportunity to meet different types of people and find a sense of community and belonging, which I did end up doing. I ended up being really involved in this club, which is something I did not expect when I first committed to Long Beach. I became a PAC during the fall semester. I performed in the skit of this year's PCN, and I also loved meeting such an amazing group of people during Gen meetings as well as events in general. My goal as academic chair next year is to give members what PAC gave to me while also supporting them in their academic and career journey. I believe I am qualified for this position because of my leadership skills as well as prior experiences. So I was a part of the executive council during my junior year and the vice president during my senior year of my high school's National Honor Society. Because this organization was connected to our school's homework club, I often organized tutor sessions between students who struggled in a subject and students who succeeded in that subject. Additionally, I was the president for my school's Dear Asian Youth Club. I would reach out to guest speakers for Gen meetings as well as represent Asian culture in school events, such as help run our school's cultural fair to promote embracing culture and heritage within my community. I will use these skills learned in these positions to make my ideas for academic chair come to life. So one of the ideas I hope to bring up next academic year is an event called Major Mingle. So as you all know, during Freshman Transfer Day, which is one of the events the academic chair is responsible for, I want to divide groups based on random assignment rather than just by major. I believe this will allow students to meet more people who have different goals and broaden their perspectives on what college means to them. Then there would be Major Mingle, where students of all grade levels will be able to meet others within their college and even within their majors. Students will be able to find study buddies and classmates so they can work together to motivate each other to prioritize their own studies. Additionally, it would be a great way for older members to come back and younger members to network with these older members of that specific major or just advice for classes in general. In addition to that, it could be potential scouting for future ates, kuyas, and adings. I understand that the academic pillar is less known than the other pillars, so I hope to work together with those other pillars, especially social, to promote the academic pillar's purpose too. With that being said, PAC helped shape me into the person I am today, and I hope to provide an environment where students can individually grow their character and feel supported in their college and career journey. Thank you so much for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Bautista and I would love to accept my nomination to run for cultural chair. So a little bit about me is that I'm a first year pre-speech language pathology major. I've lived in Cerritos my whole life and was born to immigrant Filipino parents. Because of this, my whole life, I grew up in this weird limbo of feeling like I knew a lot more about the Filipino culture than the other average Filipino American kid. But at the same time, I also felt like I didn't know enough or that I wasn't cultured enough to even feel rooted to my background. However, I chose to run for this position because I realized that that weird limbo that I was stuck in between never really mattered at all. By joining PAC, I realized that what really matters is what we learn and choose to do with the information we absorb about our heritage. There's no prize to whoever has the most knowledge on the Philippines, and there is no shame in not knowing as much either. For a lot of people, even if you are born into a particular culture, that doesn't mean that it's what necessarily feels the most authentic to you. I want my time as cultural chair to be a way for people to explore deeper into their roots and find their pride in being Filipino, no matter where you begin your journey in learning. And even if you don't identify as Filipino, I would hope that you feel welcome and comfortable enough to be in a space of learning about such a rich culture, and really experiencing the familiarness of Filipinos. The same familiarity that I love to see and experience during my time in PAC. Connecting to the idea, I want everyone to repeat after me. Can we say kap? Wa. Kapwa. So kapwa is actually the Filipino concept and recognition of our shared humanity. It is the relationship we have with the people and places that contribute to our personal identity. The deepest level of kapwa is pagkakaisa, which literally means becoming one. And I think these concepts are so important because it perfectly encapsulates PAC and One Nation. So I have a passion for teaching others, but before that, I am first and foremost a student, and I love learning about topics that I am passionate about. This role comes with a lot of research, and I love the balance of being able to educate others while also educating myself. One of the main things I want to stress next year is having more of a cultural presence on the PAC social media, especially on Instagram. Since Instagram is the main platform we use, hundreds of people see PAC's posts weekly. Instead of just announcements, I would love for there to be more informational graphics, things that are easily digestible to audiences, for audiences to view, and that after like 1 minute of looking through, they'll easily learn something new. This would especially be beneficial to those that are unable to attend Gen meetings and hear the cultural lessons. For cultural lessons, I want to focus on veering away from basic knowledge that most of us are familiar with. I don't want it to feel so repetitive, especially to Gen members who aren't first years. The Philippines is so much more than just adobo, sinigang, and Bruno Mars. There are so many things and ideas that can be explored through these cultural lessons that I want to convey to Gen members. We are so much more than stereotypes that have been associated with us. I really want to give lessons on the Filipino identity and why we are the way we are. These are just a few examples of what I want to accomplish during my term. I hope that you were all able to take everything I talked about into consideration and feel reassured in voting me for your next cultural chair. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
A few weeks before I graduated high school, I was kicked out of my house and a lot of this time I was really lonely in the world. Despite the unwavering support from my middle school friends, the impending departure to each of their respective colleges loomed over me. As I embarked on my own journey at a commuter school, with its own brand of isolation, the weight of solitude only grew heavier. However, one fateful day, on the 5th floor library, I ran into an elementary school friend that I haven't spoken to in years, and through him I was introduced to PAC. And the defining moment came when the membership chair at the time, a stranger to me, approached our cubicle with a warmth and familiarity that made me forget our lack of acquaintance. His genuine interest and kindness to us ignited a spark within me, and I will never forget that first connection. It was AKA that truly changed the trajectory of my college experience. It fostered many connections that brought me lifelong memories, my current and past roommates, and even my significant other. It was through AKA I found my people and the family I needed. Now, as I stand at the threshold of yet another new chapter, I, Justine Dinglas, embrace the opportunity to give back to the program that has given me so much. With every bit of gratitude in my heart, I accept the nomination to run for membership chair for your 2024-2025 year. For I know firsthand the transformative power of community, and I'm committed to fostering a sense of belonging and inclusion for new and current members with the current that walk through our door. Working closely with the current membership chair, Papa Chef, has given me a valuable insight to the duties of this role. Together, we've planned and executed numerous events like AKA Kapatid's Month, AKA socials, bonfires and picnics, icebreakers, and broom ball. And this partnership has shown me the dedication and passion needed to run our organization's major events. I'm thankful for the chance to learn from Kevin's leadership. And as I take on this new role, I'm honored and excited to build on the foundation that Kevin has laid and continue his legacy of fostering unity and equity amongst all the fams. In my role as the overseer of Kapatid's Month, my primary objective is to amplify the significance of our organization's pillars. Together with the three beautiful ladies who will be joining me in leading the pillars, I aim for the pillars to host the first Gen meeting of November. During this Gen meeting, we will introduce Kapatid's Month in a novel way. Instead of the typical format following cultural and academic and icebreaker lessons, we will engage in a game of Family Feud. This game will incorporate a variety of questions spanning academic, philanthropic, cultural, and social categories, ensuring equitable representation of all four of our pillars. Given the freshness of AKA at this point, encouraging participation in interactive activities that foster friendly competition will invigorate our community spirit. I'd also like to change Broom Ball. It is one of our most beloved events. However, I want to keep it special. I propose that we only do it one semester, spring semester, but a new event that promises to invigorate the same experience, a fundraising night at Camelot. This opportunity allows us to reserve the entire venue for our exclusive use and raise money for PAC, opening door to a myriad of activities and adventures to go that beyond the confines of the ice rink. Instead of just PAC bonding on ice, we'd be able to immerse ourselves in a variety of activities like mini golf, laser tag, an arcade, and go-karts, safely. This offers something for everyone. In addition to fostering collaboration among various pillars and positions within our organization, I'm committed to enhancing connections with roles that may not traditionally intersect with membership chair. One notable area where I see significant potential for collaboration is with sports corps and retreat and events corps. And once again, I extend my deepest gratitude to the program that has illuminated my darkest moments. I cannot wait for this journey to nurture a community where everyone is valued, heard, and cherished. And you may ask, why am I taking on another role? It's simple. This is my way of giving back to the program that has given me a sense of belonging and my family.
Like I said yesterday, the end of the beginning for me, but the beginning for this guy's run. I'd like to introduce Patrick Santos for the position of president. The floor is yours, Patrick.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Patrick Santos. It is a great excitement and a profound sense of purpose that I stand before you today as a candidate for the presidency of the Filipino American Coalition. Without further ado, I, Patrick Santos, accept the nomination for president as for the Filipino American Coalition. Just to give you some background on myself, I'm a fourth-year bio major here at Cal State Long Beach. Some things I enjoy doing are collecting, reselling shoes, hats, playing video games, as well as hanging out with friends. To talk a bit about my past leadership experience, which are relevant to the role of president, I was president of my own Filipino club, a scribe lead at St. Joseph Medical Center, as well as a customer experience lead at one of the fastest growing electric vehicle companies, Tesla.
$3 an hour.
With these experiences listed, I know what it takes to be an effective leader and taking these skills which learned in the club, applying and adapting to professional settings and careers. Which brings me to one of my keys to upcoming year, professionalism. I personally do not agree with the idea of only having fun and the work will come along the way. I firmly believe that the cabinet should encompass a professional workplace environment. This does not mean we will not be having fun at all throughout the year. An analogy that I'd like to make when talking about this topic is that, not sure many of you have worked a job before, but there is a level of professionalism that needs to be there, but where if it's in front of your boss, client, or patient, which many may know may sometimes sucks, but even though we have a standard of professionalism that needs to be met, you and your coworkers still find things that makes the job very enjoyable, where that is goofing off in the back, where maybe at least letting the medical students start an IV on you, or drifting a $120,000 Tesla in the parking lot, or just going out and grabbing a bite together as a team. You are able to have fun in a professional workplace, but also keeping yourself accountable when it comes to being in front of your customers. And also getting work done in the office. My personal goal for this upcoming cabinet is providing the same environment where it comes to work ethic and professionalism, but also being able to have fun and bond, because it's where I feel we're able to create interpersonal relationships with each other and be able to have transparency with each other. This is one of the goals I do have and want to set the tone now before even next cabinet is here. That is one of my visions for the cabinet I do have, but besides visions for my cabinet, I do have visions for the club. My stance on traditions is that yes, we do need them. I personally think it brings us a sort of connection with us and our previous predecessors. But after speaking to a few predecessors who were able to get back to me, shout out Layla, Audrey, Nate, Santos, traditions can be outdated. This is why this year I'd like to try new traditions as well as bring back a few. Something which is on top of my list that I'd like to try is having bi-weekly meetings, specifically in the fall. Oh, spring, my bad. I know a lot of camp members this year, as well as nominees, had a lot of fresh ideas when making speeches and are thinking of events. But one thing that scared us, or at least me, wanting to do them in the fall, where we see our numbers at the highest, I did not expect the workload to hit me like a truck. Like, even though as e-board warned us about it, I was like, it can't be that bad. But this was definitely something that discouraged me in implementing ideas and or events due to feeling like there's too much on my plate. The reason why I would like to have bi-weekly meetings in the spring is that also on my agenda was to work on our pillars: social, academic, philanthropy, and culture. But specifically working on the last three, which is why I've reached out and spoke to many of these nominees of these pillars, alongside of working on events that they could have on the weeks where we do not have gen meetings in the spring, which will help with turnout, since spring is already hard to have gen members come out to. On top of this, everyone in the cabinet has already played a role in either running an event or helping out with the event, which is why I feel this would be perfect time to bring out fresh ideas into fruition. I have a few other traditions I feel like could be possible, but I feel like bringing too much change can definitely be very scary and rigorous. But please, someone ask me this during my Q&A section. Although as firm as I stand with changing traditions, I'm also more passionate and firm about keeping some. And one thing I would like to do, and that has been mentioned before in the past years, is to fix One Nation. To let you guys know now, I'm not gonna fix One Nation. But to also let everyone know, I'll be setting down the foundations and getting our toes wet again with One Nation and nurturing a bond with them. This is the thing that I'm also very, very passionate about, being president. And yes, before Dora asks, I do have tangible steps on how to do so. But as mentioned before, please ask me this question. Yes, change is very scary, but also adapting to change is even scarier. In my opinion, this upcoming year will be historic for PAC, so why not be part of history with me? Thank you.
Unlimited Q&A.
Yay!